This segment of Delmarva Life is brought to you by Tunnel and Razor.
You know, there are many businesses on Delmarva that pride themselves on being rooted in history. Well, the law offices of Tunnel and Razor in Sussex County is one of them.
With all that history comes a great deal of experience. Brian Spiros took a closer look at the people who keep it moving forward and what you should know when it comes to consulting a lawyer.
The law firm of Tunnel and Razor is well known in Delaware. It's been serving Sussex County for more than 130 years.
Delaware is rich in tradition, it's rich in history, and the fact that we're a part of a firm that has that same type of richness in tradition and history means a lot to me.
It just makes me feel proud, and I feel privileged to be a part of this firm because it's been around for so long. Being out in the community, people know the name Tunnel and Razor because their parents, their grandparents, their great-grandparents were clients of the firm.
Kelly Geloff and Heidi Gilmore are two of the managing partners at Tunnel and Razor. We caught up with them at their main office in Georgetown.
I want to make sure it gets paid. Is that all right?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Kelly, a native of Rhode Island, moved to Delaware 17 years ago. She says her husband and the beach brought her here. That's when she started working at the firm. While she handles all types of litigation, her primary practice area is with personal injury work.
It gives me the opportunity to be the voice for these victims. Personal injury work deals with auto accidents, slip and fall, medical malpractice, nursing home negligence, product liability. Those are the primary areas of personal injury. Hey Rick, what'd you bring for me today?
And if you find yourself dealing with one of these issues, Kelly says it's beneficial to get a lawyer involved.
A big part of personal injury practice area is an auto accident, for example. What people tend to do is try to handle it themselves because they're not so happy. They really just want to get their medical bills paid for, which is what happens most of the time in people's brains when they get into this accident. They don't automatically think, oh my gosh, I want to sue this person. However, many people end up coming to me anyway because they don't know the process. I often recommend to people to get me involved sooner rather than later because it is much more difficult to go back over what has already been said and done when it might not have been exactly what you were thinking or what you were talking about at the time.
Heidi Gilmore grew up in Maryland. She says her desire to get into law came after she saw the legal help her own parents needed running the family farm. She too eventually made the move to Delaware.
It was the best of both worlds. It was an agricultural area, which I was accustomed to when I grew up, and it was a great business area from the tourism. So for real estate, that's a great combination.
This is the loan you're taking out today, and that is the advance that's coming out of the loan.
And that's Heidi's primary focus, real estate.
Everything real estate, from real estate settlements to commercial real estate, residential real estate. Banking is a side issue for residential. I do business planning, so if you're buying that piece of real estate, whether it's for personal use or business use, sometimes you need the business planning to go along with that.
She also does a lot with estate planning, and Heidi says there's one thing she often sees that can get people into trouble.
I see it every day. People try to self-lawyer. They use the internet to be their own lawyer, and every state is different. So what you might see on the internet doesn't always translate to how simple you want to make it here in Delaware. So I always recommend it's always worth it to have an attorney review what you think is good.
Good afternoon, Tunnel and Razor. How can I help you?
Heidi and Kelly are just two members of an entire team that works at Tunnel and Razor. There are 7 other lawyers. All of them handle a wide range of legal matters. But it's also what they do outside the office that's important to them. According to Kelly, they give their time to help local and nonprofit organizations.
I find it rewarding to be able to be who I am all day long. And whether that is integrating a community meeting during the day where normally it would be your normal just work day, or going to a community meeting in the evening.
So whether it's Kelly doing her thing in her world, being a board member, or whether it's me, we love giving back. And for me, I give back in a way that I can help out with real estate.
It's the constant help and devotion that has kept Tunnel and Razor an important part of their community in an ever-changing world.
when we become an attorney, we're there to serve the people. We're officers of the court, you know, to make sure that things are done properly. But you have to stay up to date with all the laws, and they're constantly changing.
I became an attorney to help people. That's really what we as attorneys do, is we help people. So hopefully people can realize that they need an attorney at times, and they can go to somebody who's going to help them.
Also, aside from their Georgetown location, Tunnel and Razor also have offices in Lewis, Rehoboth Beach, and Bethany Beach.
And if you'd like more information on Tunnel and Razor, go to delmarvalife.com.